Let's do this. All right. Hey, Daniel, can you hear me at all? I hope. All right, let me know if you can hear me. Got no current viewers. That's weird. Hopefully this is going. So what we are doing tonight is working on some hat patches. Matt, you can hear me. That's good. Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to jump on here and talk about the week and kind of what's been going right, what's been going wrong, and see how everybody else's night's been going or how their week went. My week started off pretty slow, and get that down a little. Week started off a little slow. I was a little worried that we were going to be in another one of those back to school moments. Where business kind of died off, but it bounced back pretty good. So I had an interesting call today. I had somebody book online for Sunday. Normally I don't do Sundays, but whatever. I figured it'd be all right. I'd just go ahead and do it. So then I get a phone call, and it's a Chinese dude, and he wants to, not that I care about that, but he wants to cancel and for me to refund his card. Thought that was a little strange. What we have happening in Maine lately is a bunch of these crazy Chinese people they'll buy a house, gut the inside of it, and turn it into a pot grow farm. And it's the same people out of New York, New Jersey that keep doing it. And I don't know, they keep getting caught and going to jail and then whatever. And they're taking that money and sending it back to China. So I think that that's what happened. He wanted to cancel because I don't take concrete and dirt. I looked this house up online. It was just bought. And I don't see where there's a whole lot of concrete that needs to be disposed of. So I don't know, it's kind of a weird one, but that's my crazy story for the week. And I'm over here trying to I'm over here trying to dial in my settings for doing my patches on my hats. We got some cool looking material. Oh, what the hell that is flying around? Got some cool looking stuff. Romark acrylic. I don't know if it says which one that is. This one's 3-layer black, blue, and stainless steel. So that will engrave down to a black, a blue, and then of course a stainless steel on top. This one, I think is the same. I hate it when they don't label them. Oh, this one's a red, a blue, and a black. Those are all stainless, red to blue and black. What do we got? Good evening from Alabama. Oh man, that's a nice looking blue. Anybody out there got blue as a company color? Geez, that looks pretty good. What else we got? What else we got? We got a green. Um, Forget the fella's name. Turtle Dumpsters. I had told him back in the past that I could only do two colors. That I couldn't do really any colors. I could do brown into black, whatever. But working with Daniel and his logo, I had figured out how to do colors. So I'm gonna reattempt that and see what he thinks. It's a nice maroon color. This one is a black with a gold, so this will engrave gold. I've used this before. Oh, that's a nice leather there. So I've been using a really dark leather. Let's see if I can find a piece of that. We've been using a dark leather, and I think I'm gonna like that. It's pretty thick too. It's nice. And then a carbon fiber. I don't know what color. I'm assuming black. I don't know if you can see the pattern in that. It's like a carbon fiber. So that'll be pretty cool. All right, Daniel, how we doing, buddy? Working on the truck again. Still doing the ball joint? Hey, cause that thing flying around in here. All right, so how did everybody else's week go? Any craziness? We still busy? I know earlier in the week during some of the other guys' lives, you guys were talking about business was slow, and well, hopefully it picked up for you. So the big news for me lately is, even though I run this dumpster company full time during the day, like a legitimate dumpster company, I've been working nights. I've been working nights as a diesel mechanic and at a local Kenworth dealer. I've been doing that for a couple of years, and it's wearing me out. Just wearing me out. Starting 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm running dumpsters pretty much all day. I try to catch a quick nap in the afternoon. I'm right into the shop over there at 4 o'clock, work till midnight, come back. Sometimes I'm invoicing, sometimes I'm doing whatever, watch videos or whatever it is. And I was able to finally quit doing that. So about 2 weeks ago, I knew I could do it financially. That's not an issue. But having that security, really, it's hard to let go of. It's a passive, it's like a umbilical cord, or I don't know, something. But I was able to finally quit working. Now, what did that do to my business? Well, I'm a lot busier because of it. So now I'm actually hustling a little harder, trying to get these dumpsters sold. Before, when I was still working, if I had somebody call and they were kind of on the fence, or maybe I couldn't help them somehow or whatever, I would let them go on to the next company in the phone book. That's fine. It's what I had to do, and I stayed relatively busy. I stayed really busy, actually. But now I'm, really hustling. How can I help that customer out? How can I close that sale? So I'm actually getting busier because of it. So we'll see. I got to set this laser back up. So hopefully you guys can still hear me while I'm over here. That was burning right straight through that. Minimum power. Alright, try that out. this laser is awful finicky. Yeah, this laser is awful finicky to get up and running and working. The other one you see back here, that one, that blue one right there, that is our CO2 laser. We can cut quite a bit with that. But it doesn't do the hats the justice that I want, so we're going to try our little diode laser and see if that works a little bit better, see if we can get some better detail and some better consistency. So the hat business is really picking up. Really trying to jump into that hard. So, all right. All right. So I have tried Sunday lives. They went okay. I tried Saturdays. Those went really well. Had quite a few people jumping in there and chatting. Friday night, I just figured I'm down here, out here in the shop, just doing my thing, so I might as well go live. And see how it goes while I check out some of this new leather that I've got. All right, Daniel, I see it's you're still working on the truck. That ball joint, man, that kicked your ass. I wish I could have been there to help you with that, but everybody's kind of having some truck issues lately, I think. All of Dodges, you know. I don't know. I'm a Ford guy, so. Josh Roman put a poll out in his live the other night, you know, Ford versus Chevy versus Dodge. Really what it was Ford versus Dodge, and he didn't really want to hear about anything because he'd already bought the Dodge. He's like, yeah, I want a poll. I want you guys to help me pick out a new truck. And, oh, by the way, I've already picked out the truck, so, yeah, your poll doesn't matter. But it's a super nice truck. Super nice mega cab Dodge. I'm kind of jealous. I don't know. I like my Ford F-550. Haven't had any issues with it. Got almost 30,000 miles on it. Bought it brand new. No issues. I had a little vibration in the front end. Could have been in the rear end, but a little bit of vibration. That turned out to be tires. I bought a set of nice shiny wheels off of a guy that come into the shop at Kenworth all the time. So. Yeah, that thing, I don't know if you can. That light right there is pretty bright. You're supposed to be wearing glasses. I'm supposed to be wearing glasses. You're not. I am. And I'm not. What is this here telling me? Still looking good. So while I'm here talking about hats, I'm not trying to make this a shameless plug. Yeah, I am. A little bit on hats, but let me show you the type of hats that I have that I usually stock. When you are looking for hats for your company, lot of people will tell you, so Richardson is the most popular hat currently in the country, probably in the world, I don't know. A Richardson 112. This is the heather gray with black. This is the most popular hat in America, bar none. Let me show you what the most popular hat is that I carry. Oh, what did I just do? It's this pink one. So I make hats for a lot of trucking companies, just owner-operators, not big, huge trucking companies. And I'm going to tell you, the women absolutely love their pink hats, all right? They love being part of their husband's business, and it's their business too, but they really like being part of that culture, getting their own hat, and whatever. I've made a bunch of them, and I usually make one for the women too. For the guys that don't like the 112 hat, which is a trucker's hat, they make a 115, which is a little lower profile. And those are fine. I prefer a flex fit. And if it's not a flex fit, you know, I've been making these too, these OIF. I'm a Iraq veteran. So I put that on a lot of hats. I make a lot of hats for Army units. But it's all small batch, custom stuff, you know, 4, 5, 10, never really done huge quantities. And, you know, I kind of like it that way. It's a little more personal touch. But yeah, that's my hat speech. I got nobody piping up in the comments. Where's everybody from? I've got an Alabama. Daniel, I know where you're from. Matt, if you're still on here, where are you from? I'm afraid it's Friday night and everybody's like, nah, I'm done working with dumpsters. I'm done talking about dumpsters. I'm just not going to do any of it anymore. But let me ask you this, how many people out there still work a full-time job? Let me know down in the comments, even if you're watching this on a rerun, you're not catching the live, let me get the, who's still working a full-time job and what's keeping you there? Is it money? Is it security? Is it, what's got you tied to that job? Just waiting to get a little busier. It's kind of what I was doing at first. Then I got super busy. Daniel is still here. He is just dying underneath this truck. What are you doing? I thought you had it all done. We'll find out. Daniel is constantly working on that truck. If I'm not mistaken, that is a U-Haul purchase, a used U-Haul truck. And we have one currently for sale locally to me that I'm looking at pretty hard, but doesn't have air conditioning. Daniel's like, he's got the fix for air conditioning on those old U-Haul trucks. And I think, the U-Haul trucks, they don't, unless it's, you're a junk removal company and you're using a U-Haul to start your business, those people beat on them pretty hard. But typically homeowners and stuff that are moving and, normal people that rent a U-Haul truck, they don't, they're no more beat on than anything else. I've got some miles on them. Potentially all highway miles, I would hope. We'll see. throw a material test on some of this material here and see what, kind of see what it looks like. I'm really curious to see what this carbon fiber is going to look like, as well as some of the, this blue one. Man, I might change my company color. This blue is wicked nice. Jesus, that's a nice blue. I'll do that one next and see what it, see how that engraves. And I have a customer asking about some hat patches. Because we do sell just a hat patch engraved. I'll sell the hat with no patch on it. I'll sell the bill from the hat. I'll sell it all. You know, all put together, not put together, whatever. So right now I am running a material test on a red. It looks like this one right here. Got a bunch of that. I was gonna do some patches for a very prominent bunch of motorcycle guys. And I'm still waiting to hear back on that. I think this maroon is going to work a little better for them. So if anybody knows some of the motorcycle guys, this maroon might match theirs just a little better. That one there with some gold. But we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Still one viewer. I bet that is Daniel. It's on his phone. He's underneath his truck. So I'm just going to ramble on for a bit. You guys can catch this in the reruns. So now that I'm not working full time, I'm going to try and really focus on this YouTube thing. I think that there are some great influencers out there. Josh, Daniel, Clayton, Joe Maxey, John Cook, all of those guys. It's great. It's great information. Mine's more just of an entertainment kind of channel. I'm a small guy, and you know, I like making the videos, and it's kind of fun. I'm thinking about getting one of those 360 videos that I can put on top of my truck so you can see the whole way around it as I'm delivering and picking up and dropping off and going to the dump and whatever. So I really want to do. I've got one of my transfer stations pretty well is going to allow me to start videoing some of the crazy shit that we find in the dumpsters. So it's going to be like dumpster diving on YouTube, and I don't know. I think it's going to be kind of fun because it's like, all right, we open the door and start dumping, and let's see what comes out. I mean, I've had four-wheelers. I've had beautiful riding lawnmowers. People will sell their house up here and move back to wherever they came from, because we had a lot of people move up here during COVID. And they'll put a 2-year-old John Deere riding lawnmower right in my dumpster, and I'll tell you, when they come out, they start right up, drive away. I can't even make this shit up. So yeah, I think I'm going to start making. I would like to go live if I know that something crazy is going to be in there. I'd like to go live and get some viewers, and people be like, all right, what's coming out next? What's coming out next? So that's my plan for this channel, is just for some entertainment. I don't have anything to offer that the big names haven't already done. Everybody's told you how to price. Everybody's told you need a hook lift. Everybody's told you all this shit. And I won't tell you that, because I pulled 300 cans with a switch and go. Switch and go for me is perfect. And I pull cans, you know, heavy. And There was not once that I was like, man, I wish I had a hook lift. I would like to get one. I think that they are a very valuable asset in this business, but I don't think you have to have one to make it. We'll see. We'll see how long this. I put a winch cable on this switch and go, and that is it. So. Somebody's trying to buy some patches. So I'm doing, let's say $5 each or $20 on a hat for this one customer. Let's see how it goes. I want this material test to get done, you guys will be able to see exactly what I'm doing here. The laser takes a grid and all the speeds and the powers, and it makes a little grid so you get the exact right engraving or cutting power and speed that you need to get. It leaves, and it really shows how you can sometimes get 2 or 3 different colors out of the same piece of leather. If you engrave a little bit deeper, you'll get let's say you get from stainless to blue, you'll get a light blue if it barely engraves into the stainless, or you'll get a deeper blue the deeper it gets, and then that'll turn into a weird dark blue as it gets into the black part behind the blue. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to look on this blue leatherette. I don't know, we'll see. I like trying out new things, being able to offer the best service that I can, just like I do in the dumpsters. So let me know down in the comments. Let me know down in the comments what kind of craziness have you seen in your dumpsters when you open that door and you start dumping it, and you're like, all right, what are they hiding? What are they trying to get away with, or just what kind of craziness are they dumping out? I mean, most of the dumpsters we do up here are household cleanouts. Somebody cleaning out a loved one's house that passed away, or whatever. And some of the stuff they put in there is like, yeah, your mom was a freak. But well, let's talk about marketing. What kind of marketing do you guys do when it comes to not the marketing like bandit signs, all that craziness and lettering your truck? What do you do for branding, for small batch branding? You need a couple of hats. You need, because a lot of places online, they're not going to sell you, less than 10 hats or 25 hats or 100 hats or t-shirts or polos or, whatever. What are you guys doing for marketing? Let me show you something that I've done recently. I've been working on these dumpsters. Our transfer station, the people in there are great. They have a candy dish, regular candy dish, got some mints in there or whatever. Well, I found these little dumpsters. Now I don't do front load dumpsters, so they're not my competition. I still got to put the lids on these ones. I don't know where the other lid went, but I made them one that was like this big, this huge thing, and I said, hey, have this for nothing. It's a Great candy dish. Well, and then I told him, I said, but now I want you to picture you have these front load dumpsters sitting in convenience stores. Up here in Maine, we have these, coffee bars. All the convenience stores have a coffee bar. I said, now imagine this bigger dumpster sitting there. That's where the trash from your, when you're making your coffee, that's where you put your trash. And I branded the one that I gave them. I branded the front of it with their logo and their colors and all of that. So now imagine you're making a cup of coffee and you're like, oh, where do I put this empty packet of sugar? And you're like, oh, right here in this dumpster. That's cool. That's marketing, right? That's branding. And man, they received that so well. They wanted ones for business cards. They wanted, a little bit bigger ones. So I've been printing a bunch of those on in our print farm. I guess we have a couple of 3D printers that we do small batch marketing and branding materials in. So that's kind of what we've been doing for those folks. The roll-off dumpsters, I have a little one here, little prototype. But I saw somebody in one of the Facebook groups, and he had, a big one. I could do the big ones too. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but he was saying, he couldn't brand them. I can. I'm not trying to take business from somebody, but if you guys have an idea, shoot it out to me. Send me a message on here. Find me on one of the Facebook groups. Let me know, like, what are you doing? When I was in junk removal, one of the best things to do was to hook up with realtors and to bring them, a candy dish or whatever, and you put some, business cards in there. That's what Matt and JoJo out in California, that's what they always said. Well, what if you could bring them a dumpster or, filled with candy? So let's say you had a roll-off dumpster that was this size, and you put some candy in there, a few cards, you give it to them, right? They're going to think it's funny. But that's good branding. That's how you get recognized. That's how you stand out above the big guys. So that's what we like to do up here anyway. Check on this print over here. You guys can see it going. Oh yeah, she's going. Almost done. We'll be able to see what the different shading that we can get with some of these colors. It's pretty impressive, I think, really. All right, so speaking of branding, if there's anybody new, what is your how do you get your dumpsters branded? Are you layering the shit up, putting a crap load of stickers on there? Iron Mountain dumpsters. Shoot me an email. You can look me up, either John Thibodeau on Facebook or yeah, that's probably the best way to do it, John Thibodeau on Facebook. Send me a message with your logo in it, and we'll do it that way. Like I said, there is another guy that is selling he has a quality product. He does. I'm not crapping on him at all. It's a nice big. It's red. I think he's trying to get Josh to buy him. I'm not sure. And but he was mentioning that he cannot do logos. I have a way that I do it, so I'd just as soon do it that way. All right, so as you can see, I'm going to kind of try to point this out. This is the material test that I just did, and you can see that there's different levels of darkness and shading that you can get depending on a few different things. So I'm going to run that same test on this blue. I am very curious to see what this blue is going to look like. The blue or the stainless? Who wants to see the stainless? That might be all right. Yeah, nobody's on here, so I'll just do the blue. Oh, that's a blue to a silver. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, sorry to keep walking away from the camera like that. This is a horrible live. Current viewers, I have no viewers. How am I advertising my dumpsters? So the way I advertise my dumpsters is through Google My Business. Yeah, my wife just came home, so now my dogs are barking. I'm like the worst live guy ever. So I advertise mine through Google My Business, or Google AdWords, sorry. And what I typically do is, I don't know the exact number per day, I've forgotten. But I throw a little bit of money per day at the keywords dumpster rentals. I still do junk removal, AdWords a little bit. So that's primarily how I do it. When I start to notice a dip, I will throw out a commercial on Facebook. We video our own commercials, and we'll throw them out there. I have one that's a green screen. It has a big cell phone, and it shows how to book online and the nuances of that through Docket. So I'll throw that one up. That boosts my online bookings as well as my SEO. So now my SEO is taken off a little bit because of that, which helps my Google AdWords. We also have one that's call me. It's me helping a woman. It's my wife. Like, hey, she needs a dumpster. I've got one. Blah blah blah. So that's typically how we do it. I will throw those out. Not a ton of money, but when I start to see it dip just a little bit, like, I should be booked for next week already, and I'm not, I'll throw a little money towards those ads, and it picks right back up. Now, I keep that running, the Google AdWords, I keep that running all throughout the year. So even in the wintertime, because somebody is going to Google a dumpster in the wintertime, and that's how you get business in the wintertime. Is it even making it into it?
Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This blue is pretty hard to engrave. It's not necessarily, not as easy as the red. So the ones that have that little bit of a metal in them, this one has like a silver foil in it. got to be really careful because you got to get to the foil and not burn through it. So that's what I'm trying to do. But yeah, Matt, that's how we. Matt also asked, am I using Stripe or Docket Pay for my credit card merchant? I use. It's actually, what is it? Card Point or something like that. It's through Docket. I've had no issues with them, 0 issues at all, and yeah, can't complain at all. Stripe, I want to keep everything under one company, so if Docket is recommending Card Point, that's who I use, and it's worked flawlessly. When I was with DRS, I don't remember who they used, Fullstream or something like that, and I had constant, my customers would tell me that their cards wouldn't go through because the credit card people thought it was a fraud, and even my emails were going to their junk email, and this, I mean, I lost so much legitimacy in the 45 days that I was with DRS, so that's why I like Docket. Docket is, I think, I don't know, I haven't heard from them, but Docket might be sponsoring this channel. If you want to check out Docket, yeah, Fullstream. And I know that it might have just been me. There's a few other people that use DRS and they use Fullstream and they have no issues. And they love it and it's great. And it's awesome. I love Docket. It's great. It's awesome. I would use them, and I was using them nonstop, plugging them in every video, and I wasn't sponsored. So we'll see. We'll see. But if you do want to do, check out some of my past videos. I have a link down there. You can check out Docket and get a free, I don't know, demo or whatever. That's what another thing I like about Docket. They actually have a demo. DRS, I dropped $1,000 just to see what it looked like. So I don't know if it's still the case. That was last year. $1,000 to see what the interface looked like. I was not happy. But it is what it is. Matt, how many dumpsters do you have? Do you have any yet, or are you just starting to look at the business? Oh, see, now I'm starting to get some viewers. Maybe I should have waited until everybody started drinking to start my live. Yeah, but DRS, on the topic of Docket and DRS, and there's a couple other ones out there now. There's a new one that's kind of up and coming, and I don't know, I haven't really looked into it too much. My opinion is you need a software. Pick one, go with it, and I don't know. I don't know how the guys do it on a Post-it note. They write notes and they have Google calendars and whatever. I deal with all of the transfer stations up here are also dumpster rental people, and none of them have a system. One of them uses a Google calendar shared to all of their drivers, and they have a bunch of drivers, and I don't know how they keep track of it all. It's crazy. I get up in the morning, I'm like, I don't know. Docket needs to tell me what I'm doing today. That's all there is to it. 30 dumpsters, man, I can't wait to get there. How's business? Are you flipping those cans pretty consistently? And that brings me to another topic I'm going to talk about in a second. But are you flipping those pretty consistently, or are you looking to get more? I mean, are you happy at 30? 30 too many? Is 30 not enough? Excuse me, my biggest roadblock right now is that I don't know if I don't know how to do the long-term rentals. I've stayed away from them as long as I possibly could. My longest rental is 7 days, I do charge extra per day if they go over that. So some people have had them for 10 days. Well, I'm starting to get a lot of interest in the 2-week rentals, month long or project long rentals. And as I start to acquire more dumpsters, I'm open to that, of course. When you only have 5 or 10 dumpsters, you're trying to flip them as many times as you can a week. So you love the 3-day rental, the 5-day rental, or the 7-day rental. You're still making money, but you're not flipping them twice. So, that's funny. So Matt says, I use Square mostly, and I lose some dumpsters sometimes. Yeah, in using something like Docket, my customers in my area, they love it because it's professional looking. That I'm doing online booking. The invoicing is professional. It sends the notification, when I'm coming to pick it up. It sends out a text for Google review and all of that. So I really don't have to worry about any of that Google review stuff and all of that. Docket takes care of all of that for me. And it may actually, I don't know. Does it piss off the customers if they're getting text messages or whatever? Nobody's ever said anything, so I don't believe so. And I've had a lot of people tell me that my website and the way that I book and invoice is the most professional they've seen in the area. So I guess that's good. That's a good mark to Docket. And I can tell, when I do my books at the end of the month, the way that I do them is so much easier with Docket and pulling the reports that I pull and whatever, and it literally cost me, I think it cost me $150 a month. And is it worth it? 100%. Just getting a couple of 5-star reviews in a month is well worth $150. Okay, so Daniel is answering my question about long-term rentals. He just got asked for a quote for a 4 to 5 month rental with several dump and returns. Really not interested in that when I can flip my cans so much quicker on my shorter time frame. Still interested, yeah. And that's what I mean. I make so much more money flipping the cans. But going into the wintertime, and I have 2 Switch and Go cans and a bunch of Swap Hog cans. The Switch and Go cans are not faring as well as I would like. They're kind of rusting a little faster than I thought they should, like on the bottom underneath and stuff. So I'm thinking about putting those out for long-term rentals with a contractor that I work with. I work with a roofing contractor, and he also does, full builds and everything. So I'm thinking about maybe working with him and putting those out for long-term rentals, just so I don't have to deal with them. They're not an eyesore, but they're gonna be. Eventually, they're gonna be. So that's my plan on that one. Yo, Josh is in the house. So I was just talking about your Dodge and your fake poll. Like, hey, let's have a poll. You guys can help me pick my truck. Well, then let me show you what I already got. But no, that's a super nice truck. Super nice truck. I can't wait to see how this blue comes out. It's coming out pretty good. Yeah, so we're doing up some hats, doing some patches, just testing some new yeah, what's up? So Friday night, I'm out here. I got some new leather. You're gonna like this, Josh, I think. Let me show you what we got. I got red. Already had red. I got this maroon color. I got a green one because I'm still trying to work on Turtle's hat patches. I know he thinks I forgot all about him. I got a carbon fiber. That's hard to see. And then I got some stainless. So this is going to be stainless acrylic, it's still for a hat, into a blue. Oh, this one's a blue, black, and stainless. That one's stainless to black, stainless to red, and a deep, or kind of a lighter leather. I really like this on the Richardson 112s, on the heather gray. Man, what a nice hat. So yeah, Josh, that's what we're doing tonight is hat shit. All right. Yeah, with 30 cans, you don't worry about flipping them so quick. Because with 30 cans, you think about it, if you're doing shorter term rentals, you or your driver, I don't know if you have any drivers or not, but you're going to be pretty busy, really busy, trying to flip 30 cans, 60 cans if you could do 3-day rentals. And that's a lot in a week. But the money you could make, and that's what I kind of look at. I've got 6 cans right now. I should have been at 15, but we started getting into a couple of other businesses, so I kind of spread my cash out a little thinner than I should have. But we'll be at 15 next year, but at the beginning of next season, no doubt. And 30 cans, that's about where I'm looking. I need to get into a cable or hook lift CDL truck. I'd like to start doing 30s. I turn away a lot of 30s. Carbon fiber one is cool. Our limo seats used to be mixed, mainly black leather or ostrich. Nice. With highlights of carbon fiber. Man, it's amazing to me the technology that goes into, whether it's car interiors or hat patches or whatever. The stuff that they can do, what's available out there, it's insane. So I made Clayton a hat. It's just got his Rolling Ops logo on there, and I think I did that one in black and silver. Come on, perfect. I've done one for Kenworth trucks, the 990 that came out. I did an acrylic patch for a guy. It went, on the side. Beautiful hat. So, and I like doing that stuff. I mean, I don't know. I wear this old camo hat. I did this one here, but let's see if I've got that one. I try to keep some doubles of some of the ones that came out really good. But. Well, I think what I might do is throw some of these leathers. I'm doing this this grid to see the best power and speed for the laser. What I might do is get all these tests done, cut these out, and throw them up on a short or on a regular YouTube video, and kind of get a poll going to see what people think. What do they think of the color of them? Which one's their favorite? And I'm telling you, I love making hats. And I think that the reason that I like making them is because once a guy pulls it out of the box and he's like, oh, man, that's sharp. And then all his buddies are like, oh yeah, hell yeah, dude, that's a nice looking hat. And I've done that at work. Like I said, I'm a diesel mechanic. So sometime when I was first getting into it and I needed the practice, I would just make a hat and give it to a guy. Now, the way I would do it is, and this is the way I do my dumpster business too, is I really pay attention to people, whether I'm talking to them on the phone or at their house dropping a dumpster, or I see the guy into the Kenworth shop all the time. I pay attention to what's he wearing for a hat, what kind of guy is he? Is he, like, how's he dressed? Does he dress like an old trucker or, whatever? And I can kind of tell what kind of t-shirt he's going to like, what kind of hat he's going to like. I'm obviously a camo hat guy, but a lot of guys out there aren't. And so, like, when I made one for Clayton, and I just did it because I was like, dude, I want to make a hat. I want to practice making some different logos. And I just sent it out to him. I was like, here, have a hat. But I had watched him demolishing a garage, and he had a Richardson 112. I don't remember what color or whatever. And I was like, dude, I'm going to make him a Richardson 112, heather gray, black. That is his style. And the patch that I put on it, and to me, it was perfect. But my wife made me buy her a Glowforge several years ago now, asked me how many times she's used it. Yeah, so all the laser stuff is my wife's. We looked at the Glowforge, and because Glowforge, you have to use the Glowforge online thing or whatever, we stuck right away from that. And we went with the next tool. It was a little expensive, but not as bad as Glowforge. My next one, the big blue laser that you see behind me right here, right here, we found that on Marketplace, and that boosted our business. She makes these. Now I'm about to show off the wife stuff. So right now she's doing a live tomorrow, actually. She does these Christmas signs, and I don't know if you can tell how 3D, how layered that is. I mean, these things are awesome. Made out of wood. There's another one. That one's a little thicker. You can probably see how layered that is. She's gotten so good at it. And our big CO2 laser, we're doing stuff like this. It's a duck call. Try and get the light in there. That's super deep. So, I mean, this is the kind of stuff, and we did a couple of craft fairs, and, I mean, it blew right up, took right off. So, that's kind of where we've been putting a lot of our eggs lately is into that business, see if we can get that to kick off, and the 3D printing. So, anyway, yeah, Josh, my wife kind of did the same thing. She wanted a laser, got her the laser, and she took right off with it. But she's been kind of she did the Cricut. The business bought the Cricut so we could let her the dumpsters. We use the Xtool. The business bought that so that we can do. She can screen print, actual screen print T-shirts using that laser. So, well, which business is more enjoyable to me? Well, both of them. I like the dumpster business because it's something I didn't see myself getting into. I get to drive around, I get to talk to people, and people are great. I mean, up here in Maine, everybody's awesome. And I will, no bullshit, I'll spend 15 minutes bullshitting with a customer, find out what they like, what they're doing, whatever. And, I'm in no hurry. I'm not in a hurry. And that's why I keep saying, like, I don't need a hook lift. I don't need to be more efficient. I get amazing repeat customers that way because I remember them. But to see my wife smiling when she's making something or she's excited about some new sign or something that she's going to make, Oh yeah, I mean that's what I live for. Wow, Daniel is doing so. He's replacing the brake hoses, putting the caliper back on, replacing the shock, and I'm done for the night. That sounds like a lot of work, but yeah. So to answer that question, they're both really enjoyable. I do try to be creative. For those of you that don't know, I have another YouTube channel. It's Up North Knowledge. I do woodworking and whatever. Let me cut to my other camera here. That's the set for my other YouTube. So that was the set for my other YouTube channel. I say set, it's my workshop. It's my garage. It's where I build stuff and you know, whatever. So I like being creative. I like doing that, you know, that type of stuff. So. Tell you what I don't like doing is working on Kenworths anymore. Oh man. Oh man. Now this is a good one here. So this blue, so what that does is I can shade it, my finger's going the wrong way, that way. I can shade it to get, you know, a lighter blue into the silver. Man, that looks cool. There's a lot you can do with that in a design. So. All right, let's see. You guys want to see one of the acrylics? Let's burn out one of them. I want to see what this 3-color one will do. Stainless, black, and it's a 3-layer steel, black, and blue. I'm going to run a quick test on that. All right, let's run this, see what it looks like. Hate to keep walking away from the camera like that, but sometimes this is a little finicky. All right, what do we got? Guy at my transfer station said he wanted a hat for me to wear and rep around town. You know, that's really cool. And I was thinking about it. Most of us guys, we're not going to buy 100 hats. Josh probably is. He's going to take them out to Lone Star and, give them away or whatever he's going to do. Most of us are like, I want one, maybe two. I'm going to throw one in for the wife. And maybe you got a driver or two, This thing is so finicky. I love my CO2 laser a lot better. This one just, I don't know. All right, see if that'll come out. All right, what do we got? I know you said you were done with Kenworth, but would you love to know your opinion on the used ones? Looking at 2015 and the 2020 T880. One with the Cummins, one with the PACCAR. Well, I'm going to tell you the problem with the PACCAR. And PACCAR is not actually a bad engine at all. I would go with the one with the Cummins. PACCAR had an issue with the cams. They are covering them under warranty. However, jeez, this thing. I'll do it later. So the ones, the PACCARs, in the 2 years that I worked at the Kenworth dealer, I bet I've seen a dozen long blocks. They're having a problem with the cams. Other than that, I worked on some FedEx trucks over there that had well over 1 million miles, never been opened up. If you take care of them, 2015 880 automatic or 13 speed, probably 18 speed maybe. But yeah, most of the Cummins, no issues. They may have been had an in-frame at one time or another, 300,000-400,000 miles, but the FedEx ones, 1 million miles, they don't haul heavy. That's why, that's the difference there. An 8LL, really? Okay, yeah, I mean, an 8LL, yeah, it's probably about right for an 880 with an X15. So, I love a Cummins. Like working on them, they're easy to work on. The PACCARs suck. It's a good engine. They had a cam problem, and that would end up basically needing a long block after that, instead of just a cam or a head or whatever. It's some substantial work, typically covered under warranty. However, downtime, who's paying you for that? I always felt bad for some of the drivers because it's like, maybe long lead time for parts. Maybe it takes a week, 2 weeks sometimes. With the PACCARs, sometimes it takes a little longer to get that long block approved and actually get it in the mail. And who's paying you for 2 weeks? Josh Roman did, I think he did a video on he was helping a guy out that was in an accident, and that was just for 1 day. And could you imagine that being 2 weeks? It's insane. But an 880 with a Cummins, I don't think you can go wrong. It's not a bad deal. I assume that's probably a triaxle cable truck is what I'm thinking. Josh says that's mainly why his hats have the AF logo on them, and it doesn't really say anything about dumpsters, because you can kind of give that out to anybody as a patriotic hat. It's a lot of the same reason that I named my business Thibodeau Services instead of Thibodeau Dumpster Rental, whatever. so that I could use that as an umbrella for other stuff underneath. But yeah, well, I'm going on about an hour, and I don't know. Like I said, I've done lives on Sundays. Those didn't really work out that well. Saturdays worked pretty good. Tonight I just figured I'd jump on here because I was making these hats or making these test grids on the new leather that I just got. So, what a better time to go live than right now, right? When you're doing something else. Well, let's see. Somebody wants to send me a message. Oh, okay. With this logo, if somebody sent me a message and it says, "Hey, John, looking to get a price on 3D Dumpster with this logo," I did not get a logo. Let me accept that. Oh, no way. Some hot chick just said, "Hey, thanks for, like, hey." Yeah, that ain't happening. Anyway, there's so many scammers on the freaking internet. All right, well, Iron Mountain, we'll see you next time. Daniel, I'm sure I'll talk to you sometime pretty soon. Yeah, just send me that logo back out and I'll get right back to you. But all right, hey, you guys have a good night. Sorry I had to ruin your Friday night with this boring ass live, but you know, it was fun. It's fun for me. And my wife's going live tomorrow on a big channel, so this gives us an opportunity to check everything out, make sure it's working. So, all right, you guys take care.